Assalamu alaikum everyone. How are you doing? थोड़ा बहुता खा लिया है इसलिए आराम से बैठे हैं ना, बहुत जल्दी तो नहीं है. अब हम बोलने वाले कुछ लोग आ गए हैं. We'll try not to take too much of your valuable time, but we are here to celebrate and honor Tahira, and Tahira's novel really deserves, to be discussed properly. So I'm hoping that I can contribute a little bit towards that process. अब आजकल हम ये फ़ोनों पे बजाय के पहले we used to print things out, and I'm assuming everybody understands Urdu here. Can I break off into Urdu now and then? No, not everyone does. Okay, I'm going to stick to English then. Yeah, so, you have to excuse me if I go like this, because suddenly I've lost my place in my phone. This is technology for you. But I just first of all wanted to say that it was wonderful to hear everybody who spoke just now. I want to, of course, thank Mehdi Sahab for, and he keeps telling me, do not call me Sahab. मैं बहुत देर से मुझे Sahab मत कहा करो. लेकिन ये, it's an honorific and a mark of respect. So, Mehdi, you were very kind introducing both Raza and myself. Raza also, who I've known a long time, and it's really an honor to be here with Raza and with you to share this wonderful moment. And Sania and Nasir, you've done such a fabulous job getting all of us together. I know this has been in the works for some time, and it's just a lovely gathering, and it is really wonderful to see all of Tahira's friends and family also gathered here to honor her. I met Tahira at least 3 decades ago, and I have said this before, but I have to say there is no other word or concept other than falling in love. I really fell in love with Tahira as a very erudite Renaissance woman. I mean, I just thought that, this is a person who knows so much and has read so widely, East and West, in English as well as in Urdu, and is raising this lovely family. There were 3 young boys at that time, and I was so delighted to get to know them over the years. And her wonderful late husband Zafar Bhai, and they were a really wonderful, welcoming, warm, loving, intellectually gratifying family of Pakistani Americans here, and I know you are missing. And how do we come to our commitments? What defines us in our lives? And here, I think we learn the truth of that feminist aphorism that I think everybody is familiar with in this day and age, which is that the personal is the political. That is a lesson that the English teacher learns through the course of this novel. I'm sorry, the history teacher learns English. I want there to be... वो भी ठीक है. The reader also learns the same lesson. And so here we have a serious novel by a woman of substance, a novel truly for our times, one that asks us, much like it asks the history teacher, to make a choice. And it is a profoundly moral choice. How do we all wish to live? And then to die. Literature and politics. At one point early on in the novel, Arif Ahmed, the history teacher, says, were like cousins. Such a beautiful, beautiful phrase. I mean, this concept. So he says they were like cousins courting each other. And at any time, a marriage seemed imminent. And of course, what is a marriage? A good marriage, right? A marriage is something that provides you a space of shelter in this world, right? And so when you look and you try to understand your moment, your political, your historical moment through the lens of literature, then perhaps a space of some kind of, if not safety, certainly a place that can shelter you and me opens up for us, right? Because we all need shelter. A book lover's book for writers as well as aspiring writers and teachers. It is a novel indeed of ideas, questions, but told, written in the realist tradition of the Russians. Her novel is people like the Russian novels of yore, the great realist novels such as by Tolstoy or Dostoevsky, with characters every bit as memorable and lovingly drawn as those, let's say, of an Anna Karenina. In this novel, Tahira Naqvi's characters, like us, as I've said, must decide what manner of human being they wish to be. Just like today we see Palestinians who are choosing resistance over resignation, her characters in Pakistan also must make a choice. And ultimately they should ask themselves, and this is from Jean-Paul Sartre, who peoples the novel in epigraphs almost in every chapter, beautiful epigraphs. Isn't it better to die on one's feet than to live on one's knees? I mean, how resonant is that, right, today? And that is what great writers do, right? They are prescient. So while this novel is about Pakistan at a very particular time, in a very particular context, it raises such profoundly deep philosophical questions that are human questions that do transcend time. And that is what a great novel is. It is both a novel, it should be a novel of its time. You know, it cannot be abstract. It's not a treatise after all. But it must also speak to things beyond its ken. And that certainly Tahira's novel does.